Hi, welcome back to Post TV from NAB 2013. I'm Randy Altman, editor of Post Magazine. This is Mark Loftus. He's our senior editor.
Welcome.
We're here with Autodesk's Mark Hamaker, and he's going to talk about some new news that they have here at the show, and also go back about a month to when you guys talked about some 2014 releases for your animation products.
Yeah, definitely. So it's I can't believe it's NAB time again.
Yes.
So it's always fun.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know, we've got quite a bit of news. Just in the end of March, we announced the release of our 2014 animation products, so our entertainment creation suites, as well as the products that go into the suites, so 3ds Max, Maya, Softimage, Mudbox, Motion Builder. And we did that as a virtual launch a little bit before NAB, which was kind of cool, and I recommend everyone check that out on area.autodesk.com, and you can find links to the virtual launch event. Here at NAB, we're going to be showing, of course, those products as well as Autodesk Flame Premium and Autodesk Smoke in film and television workflows, which is really what NAB is all about.
Absolutely. Do you mind talking a little bit about the 2014 releases? Just hit on the highlights, what people should know, and then we could dig into Smoke and
Sure.
Flame.
Yeah. I mean, you know, with our suites, what we're trying to do is make it easy for artists to work together and collaborate. And we've been really driving, and you'll see this across our product line, a message of efficiency. And you know, when we were here talking about Smoke last year, we were talking about, you know, the faster you can complete your project with a workflow that's integrated, the better off you're going to be, and there's really no product line that shows that philosophy better than our Suites product, because the idea is that artists can move between different applications for different disciplines, whether it's, you know, motion capture, or whether it's digital sculpting and painting, or 3D animation and content creation with just one click, right? So it just kind of supports the idea that, you know, the most expensive part of your pipeline tends to be the people and the wasted time, not so much you know, the software and the tech you throw into it. So we've been really trying to push that message with our suites. And again, 2014 releases, there's so much to talk about that I won't even begin to try to butcher all those features. But check it out online. We put, again, a pretty exhaustive amount of content up about that.
Okay, fantastic. And do you want to dig into Smoke? I know we were at your press event last night, and you were talking about the visual effects and editing combination, and just how important it is.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, last year we announced Smoke, and that was a huge show for us, and we got a lot of attention. But I think what people were really excited about with Smoke is this idea that we were taking editing and the effects that we're so known for and putting them together in one piece of software. And then Smoke just came out at the end of December. So since then we've had a couple of service packs to, you know, fix some bugs, improve stability and performance. But what we're really trying to do this year is make sure that we're responding to the community and the people that, you know, spent the last year working with us during the pre-release trial. And so we're trying to, you're going to see throughout the year, and I can't talk a lot about exactly what we're going to do, but you're going to see us responding to a lot of the things like requests we got. And one of those we talked about yesterday.
At the event, you said that you're going to be focused a little more on incremental releases as opposed to the bigger annual releases that you'd been known for.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, from a development point of view, that just makes a lot more sense. It makes us a little more agile and able to respond. I mean, one of the issues with a giant release, you know, I think our VP called it a pan-galactic release, is it's so much work to get that ready, it tends to extend the time that you can get releases out. And I know everybody in this industry knows it's frustrating if it takes 2 years for a new version to come out, because cameras change every day. It seems like there's a new format or technology. So that's really kind of our plan, and you know, we'll still have major releases, but we also want to be able to kind of incrementally add features and functionality, you know, throughout the year, so that people aren't always waiting. I think just it lets us respond quicker to things that are out there.
One of the other announcements you made yesterday was alliance with Blackmagic. Is that something you can touch on at all? Yeah,
absolutely. So we're not announcing any specific functionality. We're not showing functionality in our products here, but, you know, throughout the pre-release trial of Smoke last year, you know, the ability to work in workflows with Blackmagic, you know, video capture cards and Thunderbolt devices, that was one of the things that came up time and time again. So we absolutely are listening to that, and what we announced yesterday is that we're entering an agreement with Blackmagic to look at how we can integrate that technology with Smoke. So hopefully we'll have some things specifically we can talk about, but here at NAB we did want to make sure everybody knew that, you know, Autodesk, Blackmagic, two of the big companies that we like to, I think we like to make news and kind of come out with some things, so we thought, let's just make sure we make this announcement and let everybody know that we definitely are moving in a direction where we'll be working much closer together in the very near future, and hopefully going forward for quite some time.
It's exciting.
I was going to ask you to touch upon just the flame a bit.
Yeah.
Some of the new stuff that's going on there.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
looks a bit different. And
Yeah, well, so in October of last year, so I mean, this has been a crazy ride for us because we've been like revamping and redesigning and kind of reimagining some of our core technology and products. And Flame Premium last year, around the IBC timeframe, we released the 20th anniversary of Flame. And this was pretty groundbreaking because we really wanted to, preserve the ability for Flame to do what Flame does best, which is it's the go-to box for the hardest effect shots. Like I always like to point out, the Super Bowl is like our biggest advertising campaign for Flame because so many of those spots, those impossible to do otherwise spots are done in Flame. But we really wanted to change that workflow. So it was a pretty major redesign of how artists work, with their media, how they work with the effects inside of whether it's the batch, compositing environment or the desktop environment. And it was a pretty radical change. So artists were a little thrown off. What are we doing with this thing? But I think what we've seen and what's very satisfying about that is since IBC, we've seen a lot of people adopting that workflow and telling us that, hey, Flame is 20% faster. I'm getting my jobs done quicker than ever before. So we're really happy about that. And here at NAB, we're showing a new service pack release that adds additional stability and improvements for that. So, what I would tell people is if you're a Flame artist out there, or you're thinking about Flame, and you haven't looked at it for a while, or you haven't checked out the 20th anniversary version, this is the time to check it out because it's going to change the way you work, and it's a really big deal for Flame.
well, we actually just a couple of months ago we ran a review.
Yeah,
For the
absolutely.
anniversary version, Fred Ruckel from Rucksack in New York, who's a long-time Autodesk user, and he's not easy to please. And
I was going to say, when we heard Fred was doing the review, we kind of got a little nervous, but no, but and that's...
He loved it. I mean, he did.
Well, and I think that's what we're trying to do with all of our products, which is as quickly as you can respond. I think, it's hard sometimes as a manufacturer. You take a lot of different things impact your schedule and your ability to deliver. Sometimes you have control over it, sometimes you don't, but what we want to just make sure we're doing is let the communities know, whether it's in animation or professional video with Smoke or the high-end visual effects world of Flame, that we are listening and we're iterating this stuff out as fast as we can. And for us, a lot of it's about the artist, and I think you'll see a lot of that on the Flame side. We're having some specific events for Flame artists here at the show. We're announcing a Flame Award, which we're going to give to an artist who's really advancing sort of the art and science of visual effects using Flame, and really celebrate that community.
You're voting on that yourselves within the company? Or?
I apologize. I don't have all the details. I know we're announcing it here at the show, and I hopefully I'm not jumping the gun on it. I don't think so. I'll look at our PR person. But that's really excited because I think that we, as manufacturers, we make products, but what's really cool for us is to see what people do with them, and I'm sure everybody says that, but it's really fun to sit and watch your show reel. This year with Smoke, what I'm really excited about, last year we announced Smoke and then we showed everybody what you could do with it, and people were excited and it was fun to see the crowds, but this year, I would say 90% of the presentations we're doing on Smoke is content that people have created that we're showing and having them come in and show. And that's really cool because we kind of said this is the new Smoke. We built this because this is what we've listened to, what we've heard, and now we're seeing what people are doing with it. And I just think that's really cool. So.
Yeah, well, thank you for taking the time. I know it's a busy show.
Yeah, well, I'm always making time for post, absolutely.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
So from Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
And Randy, we will be back shortly. Thanks so much.
Thanks.